Peace, what it is. I was just listening to a Taj Tariq Bay lecture, and I was just my mind got to wondering, and I was just thinking of a question to ask to the Aboriginal American movement that is on the line these days. Um, like one of those brothers, I think he claimed what was it? I can't remember. I can't remember. He claimed he said he's an Indian nation. He called into Canaan Land Moors. Well, Canaan Land Moors actually called him. He was in the chat talking. So so brother Cujo gave him the number. I mean, he was like, "What's your number?" Brother Cujo called him, put him on, and dude got on. You know what I'm saying? Represented his ideology or whatever. And it's like my question to y'all is like, there's so many questions, really, but my biggest question in this for this video was just what were you as a people before you know Europeans existed. The whole thing is like his whole thing, and this is what I've been seeing, is like my family told me I was Cherokee, or my family told me I was Seminole, or whatever, and they ain't never tell me I was no more. So why would I claim or be a Moor? And you understand what I'm saying? My family told me I was this tribe, this nation. Okay, so question one, or like number one, like start critical thinking. Like, okay, so they'll claim this Indian tribe is their nation. So that mean your nation, your nationality is different from the next Indian nation that's Cherokee is different from Seminole, what have you. Like, and these are with our current understanding of history, we understand that we were already here. We are the Aboriginal Americans, right? So that would have been a sect of black people over here and a sect of black people over here. But they would be different tribes, so are they different people? And y'all never really deal with that. You just say, yeah, you'll just say, yes, I'm that tribe, and that's what my family told me. And the question that I was getting to was like, what did your family tell you about the history of the tribe? Like, where did they come from? What did they call themselves before they established themselves as that tribe? Like, y'all have to have a history prior to 16 whatever, when you got treaty, or 17 whatever, when you got treaties with this United States corporation or government. So it's like, if you look at the Egyptian records, then you'll see the word Moor in there. You'll see it referring to beings as Moors. You'll see the Sumerians, okay? Sumerians. All right. If you look in the Olmec, Maya too, Maya, just later Olmec, these name the word Maya means illusion. Like, no people would call themselves that. It doesn't make sense. And so it's like, anyway, so my point was this: the Olmec, the Maya, they all say they were either already there, or they came from a submerged land. I mean, a land that fell. Atlantis or Lemuria. Moria. It's like and then it's another land that's on the east of Africa, in between Asia and Africa. It's another land that supposedly it fell right there, and it's called Comoria or something like that. It's like, it's no, like, the history when we were a people on this earth as a one people. You know what names refer back to that? The Indian tribe refers back to a time when you encounter Europeans, and before. But the point was, we lost the war to the Europeans. thus becoming prisoners of war, which later day they told us slaves. Okay, so if we would have been one nation fighting against the Europeans, how could we have lost? Right? But because we were tribes who already warred with each other, it was easier for them to make allies with some, take over the others, and then turn on the ones that they allied with. It's what they do now. I mean, it's not even really hard to understand. So my point is, why would you try to get back to a time where you were vulnerable, where you were prior to right before you fell as a people? Like, why would that be the mentality to let's get back to that? Why wouldn't the mentality, if the mentality is a revolution, which revolution means revolve, to get back to, so if the mentality is a revolution to get back to a greater state, then why wouldn't we want to go back to a longer time ago? You understand what I'm saying? We was operating on different principles, higher principles, and we understood each other to all be a family, just with different characteristics based on the geography of the place that we were. We have to understand that we are much, much older than our fellow human beings. So we have morphed more, right? than these others. Like I'm not saying this as something just because I think black people are cool. I've read the DNA. I've read the reports about it. It's like it's one report I got I got the picture saved. It's like it says it specifically. You'll find more diversity in the African village than you will find the entire race of Europeans or Asians. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, it just is what it is, people. Like, we are very, 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 very old people. Time is not what they told you. You understand what I'm saying? It was not what they told you. So my point is that, like, if your Indian ancestors, right? Indian, Indus Kush, Indus dark, Kushite, Egyptian. All right. Um, if your nation didn't have like the Book of the Dead, like, you understand what I'm saying? Not necessarily just that book, but those types of books, like ancient books and things of that nature, where they were studied, like did they study Gnosticism? Like that was our religion. That was a phase of our religion. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, do they know the Hebrew doctrine? That's our religion. That's our law. That's our divine law. All right. Like, do they know you understand what I'm saying? Like the ancient not Christian Gnosticism. Do they know the ancient Egyptian ways? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, do they know the ancient thought towards man? Like, what we were? Do they teach that? Like, you trying to get back to 400 or 500 years ago, to right before we became prisoners of war, with the ideology of being Aboriginal Indians, Aboriginal Americans. Indian is the brand name that they put on us based on their knowledge of our history. You see what I'm saying? So we didn't call ourselves Indian. We just adopted it because that's what they said, and we was like, okay, that's cool. Yeah. Like, if you get it, if you look at it, nothing has changed. We're trying to get back to our pockets and our tribes and still going at each other, and that's why we're not winning. It's happening in the Moorish movement as well. It's crazy. It's just crazy. But I think if I now, you know what, I don't know. But my point is that at least to y'all Aboriginal Americans, like, with that ideology, it's like these are adjectives as well, in a sense, no different from black. It's not really specific. You know what I mean? Like, when you say more, you tie yourself to a very, very ancient history that goes, man, I swear, anything you read, you'll see it. You will. So, yeah, man, it's just watching Taj Street Bay is just, he teaches methods of critical thinking and methods of study. That's why I personally enjoy listening to his lectures so much. But he said that, what he say? He said that most of the preachers and the pastors do artful complaining. I said, damn, that's so accurate. Like, and that's what it be on YouTube too. Like a lot of these people who got a lot of views and followers and things, they make videos complaining about stuff. Like that's why once again I big up all the Moors on YouTube, even the ones who I would say is kind of questionable with some of the stuff they say. You know, they a lot of the times, for the most part, they showing you stuff that they've read, they're reading things to you, giving you references, things of that nature. Like instead of just this artful complaining where they say another black girl got, you know, hated on by a white guy and didn't nobody do nothing. That's just artful complaining. Like what does it matter? Like, okay, it's on one hand, it is important to document some of these things, well, all of these things, because a lot of it had been going on forever, just under the radar. So it's good that it's being documented, but what are we trying to do to stop these things? Like, these people are still talking about voting. Oh my God, like Donald Trump's the president. What are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do? How many black people did you see get killed in the past 10 years online and on the news and stuff? More than ever. More than ever. And who was your president? Your Black Power guy, right? No, not Black Power guy. He said it specifically, he's not black. But anyway, Obama was the president, and you seen your people murdered more publicly with your black president. Like, what did he do for y'all? So you still talking about voting. You people talking about voting. Like, they talking about Democrats. Like, what? Are y'all serious? Like, yeah, that's ego. Y'all really believe that y'all smarter and better and stronger than y'all elders. Because they already voted and shit. They already did. So now you got more information and you know what these people are about now. The bad guy told you what they was about and showed you. Like, y'all talk a lot about Trump, but he putting a lot out there. A lot out there, and that's the whole point. They've been doing this. The village idiot is the one who speaks the truth. I'm telling you. I just made this shit off the top of my head. I don't even know if that's a saying or not. But that's what it is in this society. The village idiot speaks the truth. That's in every movie. They got it be the one who you don't like, you don't want to pay attention to, but he'll say the most accurate shit about you. I'm telling you, and that's what is going on in reality with Trump. So, you know, pay attention to the man tweets. He putting it out there. You know, citizenship and all that, colorable law. I don't think he said that specific. Oh, he said 14th Amendment. Like, I mean, he putting it out there trying to tell y'all. But, you know, we all focused on, you know, I don't know what we focused on today. R. Kelly kind of dying down, so I don't know. Some old bullshit will come up. You know, the next story will come up. Some black person will get shot or some shit. And, you know, next thing you know, people will be talking about voting guns away. Like, until you start reading this stuff for yourself, you know, you can watch 1,000 videos. You have to do something for yourself at the end of the day. And we as a people need to understand that we are a people. So let's do for ourselves so we can do for each other. And stop doing to each other. God damn. Man. But it is what it is. Everything is written. It's divine. You know. So we'll just see what happens. Peace.